Hey y'all, and welcome to Her Holistic Home. Today I wanted to talk to you about making vanilla bean extract, or vanilla extract. So there's a lot of stuff circulating about this, usually around the holidays or sometime in September or October. You'll start seeing posts where people are like, I'm putting together some vanilla extract to give for gifts for Christmas. Pinterest is loaded with all of these kind of things. And I wanted to kind of come and dispel some myths that I've learned about vanilla extract and how I am making my vanilla extract and kind of what to do if you want to be making your own vanilla extract, because it is a cost saving thing. So some things you can make yourself and you're definitely going to spend more money. This one is definitely a cost saver. You are going to hear my kids in the background because this is life. Let me first talk about how I made my vanilla extract. This is it right here. This is a quart size mason jar, which I really wanted to make a lot of vanilla. So I used about 4 ounces of beans in this, and there's less than 4 cups of alcohol in here. If I had filled this all the way to the tip top, it would be 4 cups, but because I didn't, I filled it to about here. It's a little less than 4 cups of alcohol, which is well within the strength needed for a single fold, somewhere between single and double fold extract. The alcohol that I chose to use was the Ocean's organic vodka, because it was very important to me to have organic alcohol being utilized. And it came in a 750 milliliter bottle. And so that's why it comes up to right about here. It's just under 4 cups of alcohol. And so this was a really perfect combination for me. So if you're wanting to repeat exactly my process, 4 ounces of beans, the Ocean's organic vodka, which is readily available at a lot of liquor stores. I've heard it's even available at Target. I don't know, I don't really shop Target. So, but it was the organic vodka that was available at the liquor store near my house. As a side note, the reason why I chose organic alcohol and why that was important to me is because most alcohol is created using a grain, and many grains, specifically like corn, is genetically modified in the United States, but also even if it's not genetically modified, a lot of them are sprayed before harvesting. It makes it easier to harvest. And so I did not want to incorporate something that may have a pesticide in it into my blend. Additionally, other alcohols can have flavors and other things added that I just didn't want in my final product. So that is why I chose an organic vodka and why it was important to me. Vodka is also an easier alcohol to start with. But you will see as I go in the video, I'll kind of explain that there's a lot of different other alcohols that you can use to start your extract. So the biggest thing when you're making a vanilla extract is you need a certain percentage of beans to alcohol. So a lot of people, when they make these extracts, are not doing that. They're putting a bean in or 2 beans in, and what you really need is you need to have 1 ounce of beans per 1 cup of alcohol. So this is an FDA standard. As you know, when there are herbal tinctures and things like that, we have certain amounts of herbs that need to go with a certain amount of alcohol to do a true extract versus just what would be considered vanilla flavored alcohol. So you want 1 ounce of beans per 1 cup of alcohol. So as I said, this is just short of 4 cups of alcohol, and I have 4 ounces of bean in here. So this is definitely a single fold, around a single fold vanilla bean extract. Now, you can also do a double fold, which would be double the amount of beans per the same amount of alcohol. And you'll get a little bit of stronger vanilla. I just wanted to start simple and do it that way. The other thing is the amount of time that you have to let this extract sit. So it's kind of like any kind of herbal tincture. If you know anything about herbs, you have to let those tinctures sit for a certain amount of time. Well, when it comes to vanilla, you need to let it sit for about a year. So you're definitely not going to be making a vanilla bean extract if you start in September to gift it in December. Now, the best thing to do if you're wanting to do something like that and you've started late, or even in January right now, start and put a tag on it that says, hey, don't open until January 2025 or February or whenever you start. And then that person knows, hey, this extract will be ready at that date, but you can still gift it even if you've kind of started late. I am not planning on gifting mine. This is for me and my mom because I love vanilla extract. We use it in coffee. I use it in hot chocolate. I use it in recipes. I love vanilla extract. And in 6 months, I plan on making another batch so that I'm kind of constantly ready to go. The other thing is figuring out the strength of your alcohol. You need to make sure you use somewhere between a 70 proof and 100 proof alcohol. So this is an 80 proof vodka, but you can use something like a 70 proof rum if you want, but you don't want to use something over 100 proof. And this is similar for tinctures as well if you make herbal tinctures. So I had a culinary grade ethyl alcohol that was 200 proof. I could not use that. Now I could dilute it and use it, but it was also in a plastic bottle. I use it for cleaning and different things. And so I just didn't really want to use something that had been sitting in plastic for my tinctures and then have to dilute it anyway. So I decided to go with the Ocean's vodka from the store. The other thing is the beans. Where are you getting your beans? So if you go to Sprouts or Whole Foods or even the grocery store, you are going to see vanilla beans, and they're going to be like one bean, and they're going to be super expensive. I have found a co-op on Facebook that sells beans. Basically, they source them, they sell them. You can probably find some online as well, but finding from a source like that is going to be a better way to source your beans. I think I got these for like $7 an ounce, and I got 4 ounces. And they're gonna be higher quality as well than the ones that you're gonna find at the grocery store. There are so many varieties of beans, and I have learned this because when going on this co-op, there's specialty beans. You can definitely make your tincture, I say tincture, or your extract extremely strong. You can make it with different varieties. People are trying different alcohols, different beans. You can make it an extremely expensive vanilla extract. I was not looking to go that way, but I feel like the amount of beans that there are and the different combinations, it's almost like wine. You know, you're going to have different flavor profiles and all those kind of things. So if you really want to get creative and start just playing around, making your own vanilla extract, there is like a world out there of different things that you can do. You can also take the beans and make vanilla sugar. Some people do that. And it's really, really great. And it's kind of intriguing to kind of see all the different combinations that people have done. The other thing you can do, and I told you I used vodka, but you can also use different types of alcohol, which I've mentioned a little bit before. Some people make theirs with bourbon or rum. And while I would have loved to have made one out of rum, I thought that would have been a really neat combination. I could not find organic rum. So I may have to figure out where to get that online or do some digging, but my local store only had organic vodka. The other thing is you can see in here that my beans are kind of peeking out through the top. I am continuing to shake this, and you shake it kind of on a regular basis. So the alcohol is continually coating those beans, but you can cut them. I've bent some of them to kind of stick them down in the jar because the beans they're extremely long. And so you can cut them, or you can do that if you want to, or you just keep shaking it, and those beans just get continually coated with the alcohol. So the other thing to note, if you do try to use a different alcohol, is that supposedly the darker the alcohol, the longer it will also take for this process to happen. So like vodka is a very clear alcohol. It's very well known that alcohol is used for tinctures. So you know that you're going to get a true extract using vodka. But if you use something like a rum that is darker in color or a bourbon, you are going to potentially have to wait longer than 12 months. You may have to wait 18 months. You might have to wait 24 months. I will say that you really can't go too long. There's a lot of people who just leave it sitting there they just leave their beans in their alcohol. They don't strain them out. They just leave them in there, and they could just continue to extract throughout the years. So you really can't overdo it, but you definitely can underdo it. So I hope you enjoyed this video about how I am making my vanilla extract. I'm really excited to see what this looks like next January, and to see how it tastes. And I definitely will be experimenting with a different blend maybe in the next 6 months or so. But you know what? Just go in and give it a shot, because what else could go wrong? It's pretty simple. Alcohol and beans. Just make sure you got the right ratios and you are good to go.